No, okay, I'll let you know. Yes,
Okay.
yes, we are live. We are live.
Okay. Good.
Hello,
Good.
everybody. Happy New
Yeah.
Year. Happy New
Happy
Year.
New
Happy
Year.
New Year. Welcome
Happy
to
New Year.
2001. We are grateful we made it. It is not by our power, it is the grace that has kept us. And welcome to Real Men's Talk, where it is sizzling hot, interactive, and transforming. We are on live. If you want us to see your comments, there is a link on the post where you can grant StreamYard access for us to see your comments. We've had complaint about people sending comment, but we can't access your comment because you did not grant StreamYard the access for us to see your comment. So please, there is a place a link on the post where we have grant StreamYard access to your comment. Click on the link so that we can see your comments. So last week, we were made to understand that as a male, you have different positions and responsibility to the people in your life at different points in their lives and yours, which was why we started the series, The Male Figures. Last week, we treated the part one of the fatherhood, and we are made to understand that being a father, fatherhood is more than just being a father, that there are some responsibility that is attached to fatherhood. So as a father, it takes you to take up the responsibility of a father for you to experience what fatherhood is really is. We also understand that there's some people that are not biologically related to the child or in blood or whatever, but they take up the position, the responsibility of being a father. Such people are said to be the father figure. And we're also made to understand that fatherhood is about modeling. Fatherhood is about showing love. Fatherhood is about expressing the responsibility, taking up that responsibility of what it means to be a father. So today we shall be taking the part two of fatherhood. We shall be taking the part two of fatherhood. So we continue from where we, so we have somebody, let me admit somebody. Okay. I'm trying to admit one of my co-hosts. So in the studio with me today, my co-hosts, we have Mr. Oluwafemi Oluwalere.
Good
Welcome to the show,
evening.
sir.
Good
Good
evening and
evening.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you. We also have
Thank you.
Pastor Sheyi Ojeni. Good evening, sir.
Good, good
Good
evening and
evening.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to
Shall be a
you.
wonderful year.
Also in the studio, we have Dr. Femi Samuel. Dr. Samuel, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year and good evening to all the fathers in the world.
Thank you for having us all. So we are going to go to our topic for today, fatherhood part two. We'll continue from where we stopped last week. And the first thing we are going to treat is the connections of fatherhood. I want us to help us to elaborate about the connection of fatherhood. What are the connections of fatherhood? So I want Pastor Sheyi to help us explain the connection of fatherhood.
Okay. Thank you. Fatherhood, like we did emphasize last week, it's about responsibility. And the connection can be seen in 5 different perspectives. The first, which is general, is the biological one. A father gives birth to a child, and DNA confers upon him the fatherhood role, either majorly by blood, through somebody called a woman. So that invariably confers on you a father on biological level. The second one is the one that was so well emphasized last week, which is a father figure. After you have, either by omission or commission, you become a biological father, or by rule, you become a father figure, then that one also confers upon you the power of or the opportunity of a father. The third one is parenting. Parenting comes also, like we mentioned last week, with responsibility. A father as a parent, a father as a part of a parent in the home, a father as a guardian, providing leadership, providing support, and being responsible. The other one is relationship with child, either legal or parental or social or emotional. You have a full responsibility. Anyone that has a relationship that with a child can also be called a father. This is not only going to be limited to biological. It could be, we have legal fathers who provide legal assistance. We have social fathers who give responsibility based on the social perspective of a child. Some other also support on the emotional line. That's also a role of the father. The last one is a leader, either by authority. That one we have that can be in different area. It can be in form of career. It can be in form of spiritual leader. It can be in form of political leader. It can be in form of community leader. It can be in form of spiritual leader. All those also have connection with the person that is called father or the fatherhood position. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Pastor Sheyi. Mr. Oluwalere, please, can you elaborate more on that, the connections of father?
Okay, thank you. Let me start with the first one, which is biological. Are you hearing me?
Yes,
Yeah,
we can
hear
hear
you
you.
loud and clear.
Okay. As a biological father, you are expected to perform the role of taking care of the child. All his daily needs, his day-to-day needs, his welfare, maybe if it's in school fees, and performing all the advanced roles you are expected to perform. That's on the biological level. All his needs is to take care of. Then the second one is you are not a father, but you are playing the role of a father. Playing the role of a father, you are representing the father. And as a responsible person, you are expected to perform all the fatherly roles. I don't know whether you are hearing me.
Loud and clear,
Are you
loud and
hearing me?
clear, sir.
We are loud
Okay.
and clear.
So as a responsible person, you should not look at him as if, after all, I'm not the father. And as a result, my role should be limited. No, you must perform the role as if it's your biological child. Then the third one is having a role in the child's life. This includes maybe giving advice. If he's going astray, caution him, tell him what is right to do and what is not right to do. So that is, you are performing the role in the child's life. And you know, the more positive you are involved in the life of the child, the more things they will get from it. Then the fourth one, parenting, providing guidance. That also, you are playing as if you are the father. And being as a father, playing the role, we must be saying, you must be saying as if you are the father of the child. So if it's going astray, check him, take him as if it's your child, make him responsible. When he's doing something that is wrong, chastise him as if it's your son. So in that case, you are playing the role of a guardian. Then the other one is having a relationship with a child. The relationship may be some of the legal relationship, social, or emotional. There are times people who hold the child, to be the mother, to be the other children. You will be the one that will call him, talk to him, explain to him, caution him. If you see something maybe affecting him negatively, talk to him and encourage. Then the last but not the least is performing the position and authority as a leader. Maybe like a pastor to him. When he's doing something that you know is not right, give him some Bible references why he thinks he should not do what he's doing if it is wrong. Giving examples of people who are positive in their behavior, encourage him, and you see this one will go a long way in his life. So those are the 5 different connections of a father or a child. Biological, having a role in the child's life, guiding or performing parenting, providing guidance, having a relationship, and then the last but not the least, like position and authority leader. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. I want us to delve a little deeper on the fifth connection of fatherhood. That is where the spiritual leaders and the people in authority falls in. So can we know the responsibility of the spiritual leader? Pastor Shay, I want you to help us to explain deeper on the responsibility of a spiritual father. While Dr. Sam will help us to let's know the responsibility of leaders in authority, like the political leaders in the society. What are their responsibility to the younger ones? Pastor Shay, let's have you first, please.
The role of the spiritual leader to a child, it's very, very quite many. But the first one, it's to pray. And I strategically took prayer because it's the spiritual controls the physical. I read about the story of Samuel in the Bible. The Bible did not talk about that Samuel did anything wrong about his children, but the Bible records it that the children of Samuel were rejected because they were wayward children. And while I was going through it, I feel that is that of two things. Is that Samuel got so distracted he did not hand over his children enough for God to take care of them, or that the children were overtaken in the process of time. So the first major role of the spiritual father is to commit the children, whether biological or otherwise, to the hand of their maker. The second one is the role of leadership, connecting those children to their maker. I don't want to go so deeply into what is required, but the father has a role to make sure that the children have a personal relationship. So many of us were born inside the church, and we were almost going to mistaking it for being giving our life to Christ. That is not true. The spiritual father has a responsibility to lead the children to Christ one after the other. The third one is to be a role model. Whatever you come on the altar to say, you must be seen as doing same like, which most of the time today it's lacking on our altars. Our spiritual fathers ask you to do things that they themselves don't either believe in or don't practice. So you find that the nature of man we learn more by what we see people doing, much more than what they talk about. So you have a role to play in doing what you preach. Then the second to the last one is that you have a role to also inculcate other people so that the sphere of influence continue to enlarge and you can affect the larger society, because the role of the spiritual father is not only to the child but also to other children of other background or other spheres of life. And lastly, which is the last one I'm going to hand in here, is to provide support. Support can be any way. It can be physical, it can be spiritual, or just like you have been in. It can be financial. Somebody approach you, you are a spiritual father, and he doesn't have food, and you pray for the person. That is not being a father. He said, if you have ministered spiritual things to them, as God also allows you, also minister carnal things to them, so that at the end of the day, they will be able to be fully equipped and be fed totally. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. On the other side, on the other side, what are the responsibility of our political leaders to the upcoming generation? Dr. Samuel.
Thank you very much. In this part of the world, the Yorubas, they have this popular saying when talking about the fathers and the mothers. They compare the fatherhood or the father figure to a mirror. You see them telling that the mothers are gold, but the fathers are mirrors. Why did they compare them to mirror? Because over the years, you notice people stay in front of mirror. What they look at who they are. They can see themselves the way the world sees them. They can see what is not good about them, make correction on their shape, on their figures, what is not okay. You see, so in a nutshell, the fatherhood should reveal to the younger generation what they are like. That means that number one, you must be a mentor, someone that the the children or the upcoming generation can have as a template, comparing themselves to you. I remember when I was young, as a young Christian in those days, secondary school, I have some of our leaders. They are not actually They are just like, I look up to them. I swallow their words. In fact, their words, I don't need to cross-check in the Bible if it's there or not, because I believe them way later. And that's what a father should be. But it's unfortunate that in this part of the world, most of our political leaders don't live by that. The political leaders, you should have people that are following you, that not only that you are showing them the way, you are also protecting their interests, defending them, and leaving behind a legacy for them to follow. I will not forget the word of one of my professors when I was in medical school. When this man came from Saudi Arabia, he's a gynecologist. He said something that I will never forget. And what he said was that all these doctors working under me or my senior registrar, they will be, by the time I'll be retiring, they will either be a professor, an associate professor. And that was what happened to the man, because he was able to train people that are following him. Now, if he sneezes, everybody catches cold. He doesn't need to talk too much, because there are people that are there to do his bidding. That is a father. So politically, you can lead by example. You can mentor people to be who they want you to be, who you want them to be. People can look at you and feel, how is Awolowo? How did he do it in his lifetime? How did Nnamdi Azikiwe? How did they do it in their lifetime? Can look at you and want to be like you. Look at your project, your principle, your practice. That is who a father figure should be politically. So in a nutshell, a father is like a mirror that you can look at and make amendments on your life. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Pastor Sam, for that answer. Mr. Lualere, Mr. Lualere, can you hear me? Okay. He's muted, so let me take this question to Pastor Shei and Dr. Sam. I'm quoting Sifare in Finishing Strong. David's own father hadn't regarded him highly enough to include him in the meeting with the visiting prophets. It's always a tragedy when a father overlooks the potential in his own son. Jesse was raising the future king of Israel under his own roof, but he didn't have a vision to see it. So in this light, how can a father be responsible to aid his child's fulfillment of destiny? So I'll go to Pastor Shei first.
Can you come back with the question again?
How can
I
a
heard about
father
Jesse and
how can a father be responsible to aid his child's fulfillment of destiny? What role does a father play in helping the child to be a fulfilled person in life?
Okay. Thank you. Fulfillment of destiny, it's it's not only left in the hand of the father, but the father has a role to play. God has his own plan, which he has the prerogative to either reveal or not reveal. For the case of Jesse, it was never revealed to Jesse that David was ever going to be a king. And it is just normal for him to feel that his first son is the closest to become. And um, that was made manifest in his choice for his for the first son. But God has his own plan and purpose, which was made manifest in the process of time.
But what about as a father? If
for
he sees,
a child to be
sorry for interrupting you. What about as a father?
Hello?
Is it not supposed to see some qualities in the child that will make you know that? I said, as a father, is it not supposed to see some quality in the child growing up? When you see a child growing up, there's some things you see in him that make you know that this child is destined for greatness.
Hello? Hello?
You can go ahead.
Hello?
You can go ahead.
Am I not hearing?
I can hear you.
Hello?
Hello?
We can hear you.
We can hear you. Can you hear me now? You are here. We can hear you. You are here.
Um,
We can hear you and we can see you.
hello?
Yes, we can hear and see you. I think your network is a little. Okay, let's go to Dr. Sam. Dr. Sam, can you go further on that question? How can a father be responsible to aid his child's fulfillment of destiny?
See the network or what?
Maybe it's the network, but I can hear you and I can see you. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, we can hear
Yeah.
you.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very much. The Jesse, unfortunately, initially did not know that David was endowed or was saddled with such responsibility to lead the Israelites. But after that day, I'm sure he realized that. I won't blame him because even Samuel, that was a prophet, did not know. Samuel also missed it. That's what differentiates us from God. I would have a problem with Jesse if after God has made his plan known about David, he's still pushing it to the first son. Samuel on his own felt he should be the firstborn. When he saw the man killed, Saul, and some, well, of a sure, this is the God's anointed. But God said no. That means that our ways are not God's way. As the heaven is higher than earth, so is God's way higher than our way, and his thoughts are not our thoughts. But the problem will have been that even after noticing Samuel with David will carrying such level of responsibility is not supportive. So sincerely, I will not blame Samuel. But for the fathers that have potential, what you need to do, you don't need to force all your kids to follow your own way. Either because you are a lawyer, you want all your kids to be a lawyer, you are a doctor, you want your kids to be a doctor. No. Study them, look at them one after the other. You will discover some potentials. And you can actually help them to fulfill their potentials. You should know that I kept on telling people that what the profession that our children will be involved in, most of them are not even existing now. 20 years ago, information technology was not involved. Most of us are 30 years ago, 50 years ago, the thought is that if you are intelligent, go and study medicine, engineering, study law. But now, times are changing. We know that there are more professions you can excel greatly, different from all this one I've mentioned. So it's a matter of studying your child, studying the time, and taking right decision with the help of God. I'm sure you put your child right. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Mr. Oluwalere, are you there?
I'm here. Yeah. Except I
Okay.
can't see my face.
you change you change to Harvard. That was why.
No, I didn't.
Anyway, you must have mistakenly done that. So my question, next question goes to you that when a father is happy or excited about some things, is it right to promise your child, especially when a promise is not liable to other people? Like when you are not 100% in control.
Can you reframe the question again? I didn't get it clearly.
Okay, I'm trying to admit Pastor Shay.
Okay.
Okay. Let me come over that again. When a father is happy or excited about something, Is it right to promise your child, especially when the promise is liable to other people? That means you are not 100% in control. Do you still make promise? That's why you are not totally in charge.
Honestly, integrity starts from making promises. Let me give you an example. My daughter who just finished her concert, most people who know her very well.
Yeah.
We told her that when you finish your exam and the result comes out and you pass it well, whatever you request from us, we will do it. And truly, when the result came out, all the night papers, she cleared it.
Oh, congratulations.
And she
That's nice.
requested for a phone. We have made the promise, and I know we have control over it. I don't have a choice than to buy that phone for her. But in a situation whereby you know you are making a promise and you know you don't have 100% control over it, let her know that to the limit of the control you have over that promise, fulfill it to that extent and let her know. You know, from there you are building integrity and confidence in her. You discover a lot of parents who make promises, and at the end of the day, they will renege on that promise. So once you know you will have a control, to the limit of that control you have, let her or him know that please, I'm making this promise, and I now have a control over it to so limit. If this thing is done the way I want it, that promise I will make sure I fulfill it to that level. And I will make him or her to know that this is the limit I know I can get to. And when she sees it, she will reason with you. I don't know whether that one answers your question.
Yes. Thank you so much, sir. So before I go away from you, I'll throw this question to you, and Pastor Shay will also help us to answer this question because I know that you have teenage children. Now, it is said that time is like a river. You can't touch the same water twice. So there are different levels of relationship the father ought to have with his children. For instance, if a father misses the teenage age of his child, he may never regain the level of intimacy he would have if he was there at that stage for the child. You know, we have between age 5 to 6, 6 to 10.
Is it flowing?
Hello? So, how does a new father differentiate and acknowledge and manage his relationship at different level of his child's life? Mr. Oluwale, I'm still with you, sir.
Okay. Okay, yeah. Is the question for me?
Yes. How does a father differentiate and acknowledge and manage his relationship at different level of the child's life? I mentioned the different stages. We have 0 to 5 years. We have 6 to 10. We have 11 to 13. Then we have 13 to 18. Then we have adulthood. So how do you differentiate those ages and build that relationship and manage that relationship at different stages of their life?
You know, in recent times, we discover that people are children are very, very intelligent. Even at the age of age 0 to 5, there are some children you make a promise to, and 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks after you have made that promise, they are still asking you. So, depending on the intelligence, even at age 0 to 5, age 6 to 10, age 11 to 13, you have to be very, very careful in whatever relationship you have with them, whatever information you show to them. You discover it's even easier when they get to the age of 30 to 18. Yeah. But when you're talking of age of 0 to 5, 6 to 10, you have to be very, very careful in your relationship with them, in whatever you tell them, in whatever behavior you put on. If you are the type that beats your wife or you argue with your wife, you discover somebody in the age of 0 to 5 or 6 to 10 would occasionally in school tell these conditions. So you discover at those levels, you should be careful of how you manage information with them or the relationship you have with them, either at home or maybe where you are in your church or wherever. So I think that's the answer I'll give to.
Thank you so much, sir. Let me take the next question to Pastor Shay. Pastor Shay, are you with me? Can you hear me? Pastor Shay, can you hear me? Pastor Shay, can you hear me?
Is that Pastor?
Hello.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Pastor Shay, can you hear me?
I think it's network.
The
Is
network
that
is
okay?
going
All
on.
right, let me give the question to Dr. Sam. It is said that distance does not matter when the roots of your relationship are strong enough. What is your advice for fathers who had to live far away from their family, probably because of their jobs?
Thank you very much. That quote is has an iota of truth in it. You say distance does not matter if the root of your relationship are strong. How do you build the root of your relationship? Getting close to a child, there is one thing we must know. We must make them our friends. Most of the fathers, they are just like the lion of the tribe of their family. You come into the house or you hear your car horn, everybody rush somewhere to go and sit down, form seriousness. They are all reading by force. The TV will be off, everybody is forming seriousness, and they are reading. You know why they are reading? Because they can't afford to beat them at every least provocation.
Hmm.
I had a friend. The father was a banker. So by the time the father now retired from the banking work, the guy complained. The guy then was in secondary school, university, has finished now. And a year of penultimate in the university. Can you hear me, please? I think the network is
Yes,
fluctuating.
yes, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Now, the father now craved the indulgence of the boy to sit down with him and let them talk because the man is now retired. He doesn't have anything to do. He's bored. He needs someone to talk to. The guy had to make mention of it one day that what are we going to be discussing? We have no common ground to talk because he wasn't used to that. So what I mean by that is that you need to build relationship right from when a child is young. When I say relationship, I mean that being their friend. If I may ask parents, do you watch film together? Do you play game together? Do you go out together? It's not that you will not beat them. Let them know what you stand for. Let them know why you beat them, what you beat them for. But you must form that relationship while they were young. Can they really come around and talk to you? Their challenges, either in schools, when you are not around. So if you build that relationship in the sense that whenever you are around, you spend time together. So even if you are not around, as you are coming in, after greeting you, the first thing is that daddy, so thing happen. This thing happen in school. So with that, you have a foundation. But if there is no root, if there is no foundation, the distance will only worsen that relationship. So I appeal to all fathers or intending fathers, you must learn the art of building a relationship with your parents. I'm lucky for my dad to be alive. My dad is still alive. Last week I was with him in Lagos. Even when we get to, my dad will be 83 by next month. At that age, I still sit down with him. We still talk. We still gist. The last time I was at home in Lagos, we talked to what happened when he was young. I mean, in the 1968, before I was born. That's what we were discussing. So if there was no root when we were growing up, if we were not talking, we would just be casual. What would the casual be? We cannot joke, you can't gist, you cannot chat, they can't tease you. Then miss that foundation. With that, you've lost it. But if you have that foundation and all those things are in place, believe you me, distance may not affect your relationship. Because anytime you see, you continue from where you stop. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, sir. Appreciate.
So, yeah.
Okay, sir. No, we have seen cases of fathers whose self-esteem has been battered because of the situation they had to go through. Probably maybe they lost their job, they cannot provide for the family. So eventually their children, especially the sons, end up growing up with low self-esteem. How should a father avoid such?
Thank you. Majority of the things that happens to us, it's much more our attitude and response to it, much more about the events that happen to us. I'm going to take that again. It's not much of an event or an activity or something that happens to us that matters, but much more of our response and our attitude to it. It's no doubt that an unfortunate situation can make either the father or the children to have low self-esteem. But I can also confidently tell you that some other families goes through worse situation and it did not erode either their values or their influence in shaping the life of the children. Self-esteem is something that even if you are rich, you are going to have a low self-esteem if you are not well, it's not well developed. And if you are poor and you refuse to have a low self-esteem, will not have a low self-esteem. Condition puts people in some situation, no doubt, I quite agree. But much more is the willpower. Maybe some of us will never become anything today if we want to look back at the background at which we came from. It might not be as good as what you are seeing today, but we were determined. I have seen people who lost their father and their mother, and they were 14 when their father and their mother died. And virtually all of them are graduates today.
Yeah.
How did it happen? How did it happen? 14 of them. They were my uncle. It's not that he told me. They were my uncle, my father's immediate brother. The mother died, the father died, and they were 14 when their father died.
Wow.
All of them, in fact, I'm so sure virtually all of them are graduates.
Wow.
So what happened? And they don't have low self-esteem. You know, we have children who are brought up well, but they still have low self-esteem. Some of them are their parent does not even want to identify with them today. It's not much about the circumstance that happens or prevalent, but rather your reaction to it. And that is what I'm going to say for now. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Dr. Sam. Dr. Sam, are you there? Dr. Sam, can you hear me? Dr. Sam, can
I'm
you hear
with
me?
you. Yes, loud and
Okay.
clear.
So, in that light, how does a father relationship boost his child's self-esteem? What should a father do to help his child grow up a confident person?
Thank you very much. The first thing is, how do you address the kids? How do you address them? They make mistakes. We all make mistakes. Do you dwell on their mistakes, or you give them word of encouragement that they can do better? Personally, I'm not a perfectionist. I'm far from being one. But if what you are always telling a child is that, how are you able to go? You won't go to school. You are not smart. You are not intelligent. Studies have shown that those words alone has a way of staying longer in their mind. I was reading about this man, gifted and Belkacem.
Yeah.
Belkacem in school was almost like a dullard, the last in his class.
Yeah.
The fact that you are not good academically doesn't make you a dullard, doesn't make
Yeah.
your IQ to be low. You may not be interested in what you are doing. Until one day, they asked a question about a stone he has seen somewhere. He answered and everybody clapped for him. And he was shocked. So that means that it's not a total waste.
Yeah.
Another example is this man we call Albert Einstein. We all see Albert Einstein to be a genius. But
Yeah.
little did we know that it was the mother that brought out that geniuses we admire in her. The teacher actually wrote to Albert Einstein's mom that take this your child is not good enough to learn, cannot learn. So when he send the letter to the mother, when the mother read to the letter, Albert Einstein asked the mom, what did the teacher write? You know what the mother said that you are too good to be in that class. You are too intelligent to study among them. And that woman taught Albert Einstein at home. He never saw that letter until the mother died. When he was checking the drawer, he now saw that letter. So the teacher gave up on Albert Einstein, and the mother never did. It's not to give up on a child. Children have different advantages, disadvantages, strengths, weaknesses. So what a father should do is to give word of encouragement. A child can come out from school, the result is not good. That is not the end. I will never insult any child or punish you for not coming out well. But I will always talk to you because I know that talking to you, telling you that you can do well is psychology. Someone telling you that you can do it, you will see yourself doing better. Studies have shown that when people encourage you and they make you to put in your best, you end up coming better. Someone said, hard work will always be talent. So for the person may not be naturally gifted, may not be the one that can retain information, may not be the one that can retain information. That doesn't make that person a waste. It means that the person needs more encouragement. So I expect every father with a child facing challenges to encourage that child. If you are religious enough, pray for that child. Prophesy good into the life of that child. That child one day will make you proud. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Mr. Oluwalere. Hello, Mr. Oluwalere. Are you there? Okay, let me go to Pastor. Okay, you are there. How has fatherhood affected? Okay, I said, how has fatherhood affected the present generation? And secondly, how has fatherhood affected the socio-economy of our nation today?
The first question, how can the father
How has
affect?
fatherhood affected fatherhood in today's in the
Okay,
generation of today? How has it affected the present generation, all these young people? How has fatherhood affected them? And how has fatherhood affected the socio-economy of our nation? Where we are
okay,
today, what is the effect of fatherhood in it?
okay. The fatherhood can affect the generation of children today by their action and their inaction. Today, we say we are in IT world. A father who is not IT compliant, you discover each time we never encourage a child who is IT compliant. Because whatever actions he puts on will always be against the action of the child. But you discover that if a father is somebody who is an IT compliant, definitely, if he sees the child maybe working with any IT related thing, his encouragement towards him, or what have you, will have a kind of positive impact on the child when he grows up. That's the first aspect. The second aspect, can you give me the question
Is
again?
the
Because
second
my
aspect.
line is breaking seriously.
Okay, in the second aspect, how has fatherhood affected the social economy of our nation, where our country is today? What is the effects of the fathers in the past? How has it affected?
Okay. If we look at before now and presently, you discover that there is a big difference. Our parents in the good old days, the way they nurture us, if you see anything that does not belong to you, you must not pick it. If, for example, you go to school and then when you come back, you by either intentionally or by error, you pick something that does not belong to you. If your parents sees it with you, the first thing they will do is they will challenge you. They will inquire from you how to get that thing. If the explanation you give is not convincing, the following morning they might follow you to the school. But the present generation, there are some of our children that are in KS1, school. They come back with some costly clothes, and you see our parents, they won't say anything. Definitely, your action will always be impacting negatively on those children. Today, you hear about Yahoo boy. You see a child who is in maybe class 2 or 3 is dreaming of having a car in 2 or 3 months. That wasn't so before. If even you are a graduate, you get a good job, and maybe peradventure your office gives you a car, and you bring it home, see that your parents will challenge you, and you must be able to convince them before they agree with you. Today, you see some of our secondary school boys driving on cars, and the parents will aid them, they will support them.
Yes,
Some time ago, 1 minute, some time ago, I was reading from the newspaper, Association of Yahoo parents. What is that supposed to mean?
that's
So you
serious.
discover the impact of fatherhood on children will affect them negatively or positively, depending on the actions you put up. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Dr. Sam? Yes. He just told us on how fatherhood has affected where we has led us to where we are today. Now let's look at this one. How has the present social and economic situation affected fatherhood?
Thank you very much. The global economy generally is on a decline, and Nigeria is not being exempted from that. We are actually having a fair share, by a lion's share, of the economic depreciation. And this has to a very great extent because over the years, due to poverty or something else, people have lost their values. There are no core moral values which the end justified it. Not being exempted in our maintaining moral core value. So if you have a bad father or a bad child, you'll be a bad father one day. A bad boy, you'll be a bad father one day. So those men, they cannot, take their stand when it comes to good parenting. As the former speaker said, talked about your child that is 21 years, 20 years undergraduate driving a Benz car of 4.5 million naira. And you know in your mind there is no job that this guy will do to get this money. You know that the money is from an internet fraud called Yahoo Yahoo, and you are still supporting it. So what are you telling the parent? Because there is a way, there is a way the father's figure affect the child. If you are doing something, even though you may be using both, and your father seems not to, support you, there is a limit to which you can go. Either by the way they say, either inaction or by action, by being silent alone on it, encourages the child. So because people are now so poor, you have a girl of 21 in the university is coming home, giving you money. Where does she get the money from? And you as a father, I feel that the economic research, the economic research on the country has made people to do anything possible just to survive. You know what the child is doing is wrong. You know that this is not right, but you cannot talk because you don't have money. And sometimes some fault because they don't have money, they don't have what it means to meet the child uh, need. So because they don't have what it takes to meet the child need, there's little to which they can talk. What I've noticed over the years is that if you are a man and you are talking and your words are like laws in your family, believe you me, you are a pillar in that family. If you are not a pillar, I've seen family where, so sorry about it, the man cannot talk. Even if he has idea, the woman say, the children say this, nothing will. He will just say his own. He will have his say, but the other people will have their way. I've also seen that. I don't know what is really wrong, where they lost it, or where the man lost the control. I also noticed that when the money is not there, when the man cannot really finance the family, support the family, he may not be able to say much about the family. It's quite unfortunate in this our country.
Hmm.
So, in a
Thank you so
nutshell,
much, sir.
that's all I can say about that.
All right, thank you so much. Pastor Shay,
Yeah.
how can fatherhood be restored in situation where, number one, father has lost their fatherhood, and secondly, children no longer enjoy fatherhood? How can fatherhood be restored in such situation?
Um, Restoration of fatherhood takes a conscious effort, and it's both from God and man. I say God and man because the Bible says, "If the foundation be destroyed, what can the righteous do?"
Hmm.
some people had lost it, and because events, sometimes events that took 10, 20 years to be destroyed, it might be difficult to restore it in just 1, 2, 3 months. I've seen very bad cases, and it's painful, but unfortunately or fortunately, other factors have come in the process of time. So restoration, number one, takes a will. Number two, restoration also takes cooperation of the two, the father and the child. And the restoration takes time. But if the two parties are willing to pay the price that is required to get it restored, there is nothing God cannot do. But
both parties should be willing to pay the price.
both parties must be willing to pay the price, because number one, it's a whole process of healing. I've had to counsel people over time in some of these cases, and I know that it's a whole process of healing, and it's not child's play at all. It's just like your husband lost his family or his wife, and after numbers of years, they come back together. It takes a whole lot of healing, and sometimes the face of a nail, when you put it on the wall, even if you remove it, it might not be totally perfectly be the way it was before you nailed the nail on the wall. So it takes time, it takes understanding, it takes patience, and it takes effort from the two parties. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Yes. Dr. Sam. Dr. Sam? Yes, Dr. Sam, please. Okay, it's not there. Okay, Mr. Oluwale, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm
What are the
hearing you.
expectations of those who are fathers? Then what does the child expect from his or her father?
Come again.
What are the expectations of those who are father? As a father, what are your expectations? You father, you have an expectation from the children. Then what does the child expect from his or her father?
Okay. A child expects a lot of things from the father. One, the child expects the father, if it's a child that is school, I expect the father to pay for his school fees. I expect his father, if it is clothes, shoes, or whatever, he expects his father to be the head of the family to provide for that. He expects the father to make money for food available at home. And if there is anybody who confronts him, either at home, in the church, or anywhere, he expects the father to stand beside him and at least protect him. So, in other words, a child expects his father's protection. He expects his father to make available all his daily needs, his welfare, and what have you. And a responsible child expects his father to have his spiritual coverage over him. So those are the expectations of the children or the child of his father.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are your advice for the children so that they can enjoy the relationship and benefit of fatherhood?
My advice for the children, is to be patient enough to enjoy fathers. Depending on their own sex, they are going to also become fathers someday. So let them be patient enough. Let them be be obedient enough to follow the instructions through. I used to tell my children, most of the things I tell you here is not for me, it's for you. If you succeed in life, it's for your own good, much more than my own.
I remember my daddy always said that too.
Yes, it's for you. You know, today we have children that even drops their father's name. So
Yeah.
whatever I deposit in you, it's first to benefit you before it benefits every other person around you. So the children should understand that and be ready to pay the price of obedience and loyalty and loyalty. What we see today is it's a case of this generation of this one have gone. This is our own generation, and we know how to do it. It is called the Sorosoke generation. I don't have a problem with Sorosoke. You know, I have a problem with when you Sorosoke wrongly, because it is better not to sorrow than to sorrow wrongly. Um, yes, if you sorrow wrongly, you end up getting the situation worse than you met it. You know,
Hmm.
in a bid to become what the society wants you to become, be conscious of the fact that some people have gone ahead of you who
Hmm.
should naturally know better than you. And if you want to become a giant, you stand on the shoulders of giants. But if you want to become a giant and you are still on the floor with the dwarf, you can never become a giant. So
Hmm.
you must need to pay the price to become a giant so that you can accomplish what God has in plan and purpose for your life. Thank you.
Hmm. Thank you so much. That's powerful. Dr. Sam, what are the signs of parental bond between father and his child?
Thank you very much. Uh, for between a father and a child, you shouldn't get to a point in which you start telling your child, "Don't you know I'm your father? Don't you know I gave birth to you?" That means you've had problem. Shouldn't get to that point. You command respect, you don't demand for respect,
Hmm.
even in the family. Every child sees his father as if he's one superhero, one Superman, or the best. In fact, he should see you as if you can be Superman. You are better than Spider-Man or Captain America. That's why you should be seen. And yes, that's the orientation. They believe is the best. Anything he says is the truth, is the ultimate. And that's how you bring out a child up, because he learned over the years to hide in your shadows, to look up to you, because he believes that you have superior intelligence, you have the arguments are superior, your informations are correct. But when it gets to the point in which you start having a clash with your dad, that the father is now saying, "Don't you know I'm your father?" It's an unfortunate situation. Shouldn't get to that.
Hmm.
And it won't get to that if over the years, you should also know that children in their teenage years, the teenagers is a year in which teenagers and adolescents, they are ages in which they are identity crisis. They at that age, they possesses what every adult possess, but they don't have the intelligence to back it up. And it's at that age you see them trying to fight for freedom, trying to fight for liberation. It's as if They want to take things on their own. They want to go on their own. I once told a
mm,
young man a few years ago that you don't know what you want for now. And last year when we met, he reminded me what I said, that you told me 10 years ago that I don't know what I want. But now I know better that I didn't actually know what I wanted then. But that was after 10 years. So is to live with them, to understand that most parents need to understand that identity crisis at that age, in which someone is having beards like you, have the muscle like you, and yet he doesn't have your experience. He thinks he knows everything. If you tell him, he will tell you he can drive from here to Abuja without even knowing the way. He has not driven before because he sees that really he can drive. He doesn't, he believes he can manage a home. That is the age you see them, they want to try all sorts of things, alcohol,
mm,
they are drug, they want to go out with God. But they may believe you are cake, they become rebellious. At that
mm,
age, you need to understand them, explain to them, this is I know what you are feeling. I've been there
mm,
before. You have identity crisis. You believe
mm,
you know everything, believe you are mature. Okay,
mm,
let's look at it this way. There are something I will tell you, okay, let me hear you, hear your view. There are some time I will tell you, no, don't worry, this is my view. Let's try it. They should be managed at that because that age determines the kind of adult they will be. If someone's life, especially the female, can be messed up at that age. You have sexual drive, then but you are not responsible enough to start a home.
mm,
You are not responsible to make income. You just know that you are
mm,
already a man. You want to live on your own. Parents should be careful of this age. We all pass through
mm,
it where
mm.
you believe that you know everything. But believe you me, you know better. You understand it better by and by. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Beautiful. Pastor Shane,
Yeah,
supposed to pay the bills of the children, father or mother?
I didn't get that.
Who is supposed to pay the bills of the children, father or mother?
um, the responsibility of bills for children solely lies on the table of the father. That does not mean that if the woman or the um, feminine have opportunity to help or assist, they should not be available to lend it. But the responsibility of bills is solely on the table of the father. I have
Hmm,
had to say this very, very emphatically at many marriage seminars I've attended. If you don't have capacity, pray and work towards it. But that does not circumvent your responsibility for your wife. So 100% responsibility of bills lies on the table of the father. Thank you.
thank you so much, sir. Mr. Oluwalere,
Yes, ma'am.
yeah, we remember the story of Isaac blessing Jacob and Esau, and the father
Okay.
missed, and the mother was trying to make him know that is not the right thing because a man cannot see the mind of God. But at that time, we can understand that the mother knows her place, that it is not in her place to give that blessing. And that was why she did what she did, to turn the table around to make sure that the blessing goes to Jacob and not Esau. So, what is the place of father's blessing in the modern days?
Honestly, honestly speaking, if there is unity of purpose, the blessings supposed to be for every one of them. And that is why one has to be very, very careful in loving one side at the expense of the other one. When you love a side more than the others, this is the problems it creates. If there is unity of purpose, both the senior and the junior, they are expected to have the whole thing together. Let me give you an example. I'm sorry to give this example, but I have to give it all the same. Look at Chief Hanifa and look at Chief Rosemary Williams. Rosemary Williams has one wife. Gani has two wives. The two of them are no more. But look at what happened after their death. All these as a result of the way the family has handled the family. I mean the head. If there is unity of purpose, sincerity, everything will work smoothly. The person who is entitled to one should be the one that is entitled to one. The one that's supposed to be entitled to the second one should be the one that is entitled to the second one. There shouldn't have been any reversal. So, say he who have ears, let him hear. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yeah, this is my second to the last question, and I want us to address it. I'll start with Dr. Sam. What is the best way to honor a worthy father?
Thank you very much. The best way to honor a worthy father is to be successful. The best, yes, is to do well. Let him be shown, let him know that what he has taught you, what he has invested in you is coming out well. And the man will forever be grateful. Even to his grave, will be happy. You can buy him a car, build him a house, pay his trip to the developed country. Those are good. But there is nothing as fulfilling, as comforting, as knowing that the child you labor for is doing well. That you don't need to bother yourself wherever you are. That what's going on with the child, that the child can take care of himself. That is the best reward you can do. You can give to a father. Just be successful. Do well.
What is the best way to honor a worthy father?
I don't know what else I can add. When I had that statement, I was very, very happy because it's really, I had never thought of that statement, that the best way to honor a worthy father is to be successful. I'm not sure I want to add any other word to it. Just be successful. That is the only encouragement. That's the only encouragement you can give. The father that is putting in those efforts is putting in those efforts at those times to be able to get a result. So if you make yourself available to be a part or a major source of that result, you have just made the day of that man. I tell my children, I'm working hard so that I won't need to depend upon you. But the only thing you can do for me is accomplish what my vision is for your life, and you have done me so well. Just done me so well. I'm going to work hard and harder so that I will need you to give me money for upkeep in my old age, because I will do well enough to be able to take care of not only myself, even you because I will build estate for you. But whatever I desire that you become, be somebody responsible in life, and that is the only thing that you can do for me. Just be it. And the only way that you can also do something for yourself is to be it. That's word. Doctor, thank you for that word. I really, really appreciate it.
You are welcome, sir.
Do you have anything to add to that?
Sorry?
Do you have anything to add to that?
Dr. Femi has summarized everything. But maybe the little I can add to it. He said the best way to honor a worthy father is to be successful. Not just being successful. Let the impact of that success be felt in your father and your mother. There are many people that are successful today and they abandon their parents. That will not be a portion.
Amen.
Thank you so much. That's powerful. Our last word for today. I want us to take it. I want you all to. What's your golden egg? What golden egg can you give to a father? So let me just start from Mr. Lualere like that. What golden egg?
The question is,
Yes, Mr. Lualere, please. What golden egg can you give a father? Your word of advice. In a nutshell. Yes.
I didn't get you.
I said, in a nutshell, what is your golden advice to a father? The golden egg that you can give to a father. In summary.
To the father or to the children?
To the father.
The golden
egg. Your word of advice.
Okay. I think the advice I can give the father is to be careful and be patient with the child and to pray for the child to be successful. So that's what I've just said.
Yes, thank you so much. Dr. Samuel, what's your golden egg for the fathers?
Hello.
What is your golden egg for the fathers? What golden egg can you give to the father?
The golden eggs I would like to give to the father is that they should make their family a priority in anything you do. When you put your family, when you make your, you know the times are hard, no money in circulation, but if their priority in scale of when you make your budget in scale of preference, in your prayer, in relationship, make your family a priority. You very soon you will reap the reward. The children, your wife, they can see when you're sacrificing for them, and your sacrifice will not go unrewarded. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Pastor Sheyi, what's your golden egg for the fathers?
Okay, my advice on golden egg for fathers, it's be self-motivating, be self-encouraging. Fatherhood can be lonely, especially when responsibility comes along with it. And
lonely.
It can be lonely. It can really, really be lonely because there are so many things that you cannot say and you need to act. And not everybody, in fact, not majority, have supportive wife. And I know what I'm talking about. So you must encourage yourself in the Lord, and you must be self-encouraging so that self-encouragement will push you through those really lonely moments. And I'm going to add to it that our society, most of the time, I said most of the time, rewards motherhood more than fatherhood. So if you're not encouraging, you can give up in the middle of it. So my advice is self-encourage yourself and let the Holy Spirit to encourage you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yes, before we call it a beautiful day, I want to encourage everybody to read a wonderful book I read. The name of the book is Where Are the Fathers? Written by Mrs. Labake Oluwalere. Mr. Oluwalere, hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you tell us a bit about
I'm
Where Are the
hearing.
Fathers? Can you give us a bit summary about the book Where Are the Fathers? I wish that every father read that book. It's a powerful book. Yes, can you give us a
Your
summary?
voice is breaking.
Can you give us a summary about the book Where Are the Fathers?
Okay. Where Are the Fathers was written by my wife and was centrally focused on parents, on fathers, sorry, who have abandoned their moral thinking at the expense of life. You discover a lot of fathers have abandoned their responsibility, and that was what has led to the decay society today. So I encourage us to read the book. It talks about what the father is expected to do so that his children can be successful in life. And it also advises them not to abandon their responsibility. When you abandon your responsibilities, the aftermath effect is all these social injustices we have been in this world. But when you remain focused and you discipline your children, at the end of the day, they will become a glory to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I will encourage everybody to get a copy of that book. We are going to put the link on the comment section for you to get the book. So please go ahead and get the book. It's a very beautiful and powerful book that every father should read. So I want to say thank you to everyone that have watched this episode. And I want to also say Happy New Year to us once again. We are hoping and believing and with faith that it's going to be a beautiful year for every one of us. So to we come your way again, remember that it is not just enough to be a father. The ultimate is to understand your responsibility emotionally, physically, financially, and spiritually, and embrace this so that you can enjoy fatherhood and your children can have a beautiful relationship with you. See you in the next episode of RMT, where it is seasoning hot, interactive, and transforming. Bye for now.
Thank
Bye,
you.
everybody. Dr.
Bye-bye.
Samuel, Mr. Lualere, Pastor Shay.
Thank you.
Have a beautiful night.
Episode.
Happy New Year once again.
Happy New Year. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
Have a wonderful weekend.